It's not even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give. No.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 3 Episode 16, and this episode was the Casa, Amor Recoupling. So, first and foremost, it didn't give what it needed to be gave. So this episode goes by fast. We didn't even really get a cliffhanger, which that's good, but that just means that there was not that much drama. Casa Amor was literally 3 days. Like, even the Islanders were talking about it was just 3 days. They were in the villa in the Casa Amor and meeting these new people. So it's like you didn't even give people enough time to really form connections or anything. And I mean, and I guess since you're with somebody 24/7, I guess that makes sense to, like, you know, you made a connection or to it turned heads. But if some of these people had a little bit more time, they definitely would have switched up real quick. Now, so they get a text, and you know, they get a text that was going to be recoupling tonight. So basically, we got Shannon's already locked with Josh. We got Kyler not moving nowhere. We got Cash being like wishy-washy, thinking about, oh, I'm still thinking about Cinco. I'm thinking about, and I don't know if I should take you back. I'm like, girl, you're not even in a couple with Cinco. He is with Trina. Yeah, you told him this, and he did say he had feelings for you, but like, if you would look foolish if you came back alone, like some people, and you're not even in a couple with them, and you have somebody who's telling you, reassuring you, somebody like Charlie, reassuring you all the time, telling you what you want to hear, basically your dream dude, and you're like, I'm still thinking about Cinco, the guy who basically left you, and now you want him back. Like, please. Now, Olivia crying, talking about, you know, maybe she doesn't think Cam is right for her. So, with that being said, we kind of been knew. Yeah. So then Trina, you know, after we saw in the drop that she had a date with Raul, and it seemed like a nice date, but she did say that, you know, her situation with Cinco is complicated, and obviously, you know, I had a feeling that she was going to stay with Cinco. It would have been great if she would pick Raul back, yes, but I definitely had a feeling that she was going to stay loyal to Cinco. So then the guys over there, Cinco with My Little Pony, talking to that purple-haired girl. The purple-haired girl talking to Corey. Corey basically friend-zoned Isabel. Because I remember that talk that he had with her the episode before. He was basically like, I'm interested in Flo, you, and Leslie. And he basically kind of was just like, I'm a little bit more leaning to Leslie. So Leslie and Corey had a talk, and basically that talk basically solidified for Corey. Then you got Corey talking to the guys, and he was like, our decisions depend on Cinco. So Cinco like, what? And I'm like, this dude is a menace. He's the one who started all these situations, all these problems, and he's trying to make this triangle, this tired, worn down triangle into some type of rhombus. And it's not giving. Like, this is we're going into week 4. We're tired of this whole entire situation, okay? The triangle being the main part of Love Island USA Season 3 is going to be tired. Like, come on. So anyway, we get to the recoupling. Josh goes first. Josh, he couples up with Shannon. Basically, case in point, because he basically told the girls that his connection with Shannon was stronger. Then, next thing you know, we have Jeremy. Jeremy goes second, and obviously he was single. He didn't have nobody coupled up with. and he couples up with Genevieve. Now, since Shannon was back, Shannon was the first girl back from Casa, Amor, Shannon was like, poor boy to Jeremy, because obviously she knows some type of tea about Genevieve, and I can't wait to hear it, because especially the fact that Shannon and Genevieve were kind of like literally friends, at least best friends outside of the villa. Snip, snip. Let's see the tea. Then we got Cinco. Cinco, he went third. And Cinco stayed single, and he coupled up with Trina. Now the camera panned over to My Little Pony, purple hair girl Bonnie, and she looked so distraught. She was just like, oh, like she felt taken aback because she thought she was in the bag, because she was grappling so hard by any means necessary to get in that villa. She talked to Corey, she talked to Cinco, you know, Josh shot her down, so basically she was trying to get into there by any means necessary. So Cinco couples up with Trina, and you know, it took like maybe a good minute for Trina to get down the stairs, because like you were looking to the side, and I was like, oh, is she gonna bring back Raul? And I'm like, because I was like, why is it taking so long for her to come down the steps? It took like a good 30 seconds to a minute to see her like fully coming down. So then I saw her and I was like, oh, like I been knew that she was coming back single. She comes back and then she's basically like, you know, the things that left off in bad terms, and you know they need to talk. And I feel like they're being coupled up. Well, Trina, on her part, she wants to have her closure. She wants to say her piece. She wants to say her 2 cents before she really moves on. If anybody remembers her and Jeremy, after Jeremy said his piece, she basically moved on, checked out of Jeremy quick. She's not running back to Jeremy. She's not, oh, maybe there's something there with Jeremy. After Jeremy said his piece, she moved on. And that was it. She didn't look back. So after, if she has that conversation with Cinco and basically makes it known, she gone. She looking for, whoever, if they bring somebody in for Trina, she's going on to somebody else for sure. Then Cinco, I mean, obviously when they met up, he was just like, nice to see you. It was kind of like a little cordial, and I was just like, I was like, man, but we move. I know Trina, she gonna come back. She gonna have a redemption arc, okay? She gonna have a redemption arc. Next thing we know, we have Corey going next. And Corey brings back Leslie. And I'm like, oh, she got into the villa. Cinco looked a little stressed because he just sleeping with Leslie the night before. And now Leslie's in that villa. I feel like it's Leslie gonna let that chopper sing. She gonna let it be known. She gonna let it be known what happened. And yeah, I was like, Shannon was really Trina's like, you know, hype man, because she's like so happy for Trina, because obviously, you know, that's her bestie. Her, Kira, and Shannon are basically Trina's besties in that villa. So then the last person is Will. But then beforehand, we have Olivia. So Olivia comes down the steps. She doesn't bring nobody back. She looks more foolish than anyone here, because you're single. You had countless chances, basically, to form a connection. Countless chances in that villa, and there's really nothing doing for you. Now, in the preview, she wants to get to know Corey, while Corey's coupled up with Leslie. So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, she's a Moira 2.0, because what are you doing checking for Corey? Like, oh, I like Corey, so you liked Will. I heard through the grapevine that you liked Jeremy. Then you were coupled up with Giovanni. Now you're checking for Corey. Who's next, Josh? Like, come on. So then, last was Will. So Will was giving his little speech before Kara came down, and he basically complimented a flow. He was basically giving Curtis season 5 of Love Island UK. He was basically giving Curtis. And then in more recent years, he's giving Johnny from season 2 USA. You know, so basically he was like, he complimented Flo, but then he ended up staying with Kira. He was like his flaquita. So Kira comes down, they recouple, he kissed, you know, Kira kissed him, and you know, his face was not in it. So at the end, you hear Shannon talking to Kira, and she's like, you know, you guys have to have a conversation, because he looked a little, you know, worried. He looked a little nervous up there. You know, we need to have a conversation. And you hear Will talking to Kira, basically doing that Johnny thing. You know, when Johnny pulled Sully, and Johnny was like, I have to talk to you, but it's not that bad though. Will did the same thing. They're basically Johnny and Sully 2.0. 2.0 is basically the same thing. And I bet you Kira's gonna stay with that dude. She's gonna stay with Will. But that Twitter challenge is gonna expose. The Choppa's gonna be singing. Gonna expose Will. And if it's not for the Twitter, it's gonna be Leslie and Genevieve. They're gonna expose Leslie and Genevieve. I feel like Leslie's gonna be the one to talk to, but Genevieve too. I feel like she's messy, especially with Shannon being her best friend. You see Shannon? Shannon's the first one to jump on here and tell her, you know, you gotta talk to your guy, because he was a little nervous up there, you know? So, with that being said, in that preview, I see Trina. I feel like Trina about to curse Melvin Jr. out. And I can't wait. I can't wait, because he deserves. He caused all this situation, this problem, all this. He's the villain, you know? But that was the recoupling. It didn't give. Like, literally, there was nothing, like, nobody. The only thing that was kind of, like, good was Cache bring Charlie back.
We'd always go into it quietly. I needed to lose you to find me. This tattoo was killing me softly.
Hi. Welcome back to the villa.
And when Cache came down, I think I forgot to say that. Cinco looked like, like he was a little shooketh. Like, oh, she upgraded. But anyway, but then you got Cache in the preview saying, I maybe want to couple up with Cinco the same night of the recoupling. And I'm like, girl, please, you look stupid. Like you had us in the first half. Leave that man Melvin Jr. alone, please, because it's not giving. But with that being said, I can't wait for tomorrow's episode, because I know for a fact the drama, and I know those two new Casa girls. Oh, they're gonna be probably spilling the tea, and Shannon's gonna be in the mix too, right there in the mix too with it. Shannon's about to be right there in the mix, you know. And I know that little dressing room, about to be a little. But with that being said, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, and concerns. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.